Hi guys, today is January 5th. This is Jonah with ForexRazor. We're just doing a little recap here of everything that went down today, trying to get some general ideas of what we should be looking at this week. Finally getting back into some liquidity, guys. We've been talking about this for some time, going in through the holidays. How the markets have been really choppy. We're starting to get some trends here, and one of the things that's pretty significant, guys, and I want us to take a look at this, is on the Euro USD. What we see here, and this is a pretty significant level that we've breached here. If we look at the hourly chart, okay, this is a pretty long-term time frame that we're looking at. We're actually looking at this huge move up all the way up to 4,700. We can track back here. Just take a look at the beginning of this. See, we're starting right around here, right around the 2,900 on the euro. This big, huge uptrend. And we had talked about this for some time, how a break of this level would be significant, and a breach of this level would mean that we're probably going to come down and test the this trend line here at the 32 level, and also that's a 4-hour support comes in line there as well. You can see this is the 200 SMA on a 4-hour chart, so that is a very significant level. But more importantly, guys, we are testing this level right here at the 61.8 that we've talked about. This is a 61.8 fib, has not gone through yet. So this is something to keep an eye on, guys. If we make lows right below this, the daily lows for today, 35.50, if that level breaks, look to short this thing. This thing's going to take a ride down probably to 33 or 32 before it starts finding heavy support again. So keep that in mind. Looking at a 4-hour time frame, we can look at the extension that we should see here, because we saw this move down from here to here, right? Remember this? We came back up to this point, which we've created a trend line off of on the 4-hour chart. This level was also the 61.8 on the retrace. So this move from here to here came back here, which was 61.8. Now we're extending. So here's our extension levels. We've got the 138.2s hitting right at 135. Should be some support there, and there, lo and behold, here we go again with the 161.8 extension levels hitting right at 33, coinciding with the 4-hour SMA as well. So pretty good level of support there. So if you do get in a short, if we do break this level back here at 35.50, just keep in mind, take some money off the table as you go down. Definitely when you get into the 33, 32 range, you don't want to try to break that, because it's probably going to give us at least a good retrace off of that level. We've talked about the last couple of weeks how we should be moving up on euro. Well, we've had some things happen economically that are causing this thing to move down a little bit, but I'm not convinced yet. Again, we're still looking at 61.8 and still holding currently. On a 15-minute chart, you can see we've moved down significantly. Here's our 200 SMA on a 15-minute. It's up at 38.5, guys. We're pretty far off the board on this. We put some fibs on this thing, and this thing's got plenty of room for retracement. And we've seen very little retracement off of this since this moved down. So we've got plenty of room to retrace here on euro. We could easily move up 100 plus pips back up into the 37.50 range, hit our 50 before moving back down. So just keep that in mind. If nothing else, even if we do continue down and break this 61.8, there's a good chance we're going to see a little bounce up, at least testing the 38.2 or 50% fib before we do that, just because we've moved down so significantly. You see this large move down with very, very little retracement. Now I want to hop over to the pound. The pound's got some fundamentally significant numbers coming out this week. We got Thursday, the UK interest rate statement is going to be released. And again, guys, another central bank slashing rates. Forecast for this thing is to slash rates by another 0.5%. So let's start off here at a longer term time frame. We can see, obviously we've been in a downtrend. Makes sense. Just remember, cutting interest rates should give you at least sentiment that's going to be negative for a currency. When the actual release comes into play, you can toss a coin. But as far as the sentiment, which is what we're looking at, because we got today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of sentiment to trade before this was released. So just remember, the market is going to take this into consideration. The forecast is for them to cut from 2% to 1.5%. So we should see some negative pressure on the pound. Now we have seen this level, this trend line on the 4-hour does seem to be breached. And if we look at a 1-hour, you can see right here, this is the 200 SMA, and it does seem like we've breached this level too. But guys, I would not be inclined to buy here. I think this is a great opportunity to get a sentiment trade. We've talked about this today earlier in our trading session, that we want to see a nice upward momentum on the pound USD, and then this thing should sell back down. A lot of times before you get an interest rate statement, you'll get one last good rally before the thing starts selling down. And I would not be shocked to see this thing come back down to 4,400 and maybe even push a little bit lower than 4,400 before the interest rate on Thursday. So let's take a look at a smaller term time frame. This was the 200 SMA that we just tested on hourly. And if you're weary of this sentiment trading, you can wait for this hourly candle to close back below this 200 SMA. If you get a close back below this 200 SMA and it's not offering support anymore, I guarantee you we're coming back down. So let's take a look at the 15-minute chart and look at some decent retracement levels. And this is what we've seen today. We've seen a lot of upward pressure. You can see we've moved up roughly about 250 pips. Very little retracement in this. So our 50 fib lies right around 46.20. 38.2 is going to hit us right around 46.50. And guys, one of these levels should be hit even if we were going to move back up. So we've got good reasons to look for shorts. This could very well happen today in Asia. It could wait until the London session comes online, guys, but I am looking for bearish action out of the pound. I'm looking at rallies as opportunities to short. Hopefully, guys, y'all can use this information to make some profit. Again, sentiment trading is one of those things that it's probably about 90% accurate. When you get into a trade based on a fundamental forecast, other traders are thinking the same thing. The big banks are thinking the same thing. They know they're going to cut rates, or they're assuming they're going to cut rates. Doesn't matter if they cut rates or not. As long as enough people think they are going to cut rates, the market's going to take that in consideration, guys. So look for shorts on the pound. Keep an eye on that 61.8 on the euro, guys, and hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow. Good luck making some pips.